Hi, it's Wendy at the library. Today we'll be making these really cute yarn gnomes. I'm going to turn the camera down and let's get started. There we go. So, in your kit, you'll get a ball of some sort of colored yarn. They're varied, so we can't guarantee which color you'll be getting, but you'll get a ball of yarn, and you'll get a ball of white yarn, along with a little piece of cardboard. This is cut from a paper towel tube. So, and then you also get a mini pom-pom of some color. These are all assorted colors, but what's important is you're learning how to make these little pom-pom gnomes. So if you have other yarns or pom-poms at home, you can make whatever color combinations you'd like. So what we would say is take a piece of cardboard or maybe your phone. This is about 5 inches tall to use to wrap our yarn. I'm going to start right off. Take our purple yarn. I'll make the hat first. Hold it near the top and just wrap around. We'll probably need about 30, so just count as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's good. We have extra. If we need more later on, we can cut more, but I like to do 30 because I think that that's probably plenty. And then just grab this yarn off. I can see where my ends are. I pull it off, and that's where I'm going to cut it. And now I have these nice long pieces of yarn. So what we're going to do is take our little piece of cardboard tube. Before we get, either before you get started or a little after, cut another piece of yarn that's a little bit longer, almost double the length. We're going to be using that in this hat part. It'll be our hanger, so we need it longer to stick above these ones. But being longer, it gets in the way, so I'm going to do some of the short ones first. You fold them in half, take the loop there, put it up through your cardboard, and pull these 2 strings through that hole. There we go. Snug it up. Can you see? There we go. So we're going to do that with all of them and go all the way around as you line them up, loop up into it, pull that loop over to grab these 2 and pull them through. And as you do them, just push them next to each other. Okay? We're going to go around this whole hat. So this is a little time consuming. After you do it a few times, you get used to just putting it in and pulling it through, snugging it up. You can squish them together every time or do a few and then squish them over. So as you can see, there we go. It's all the way. When I squish them together, it hides the cardboard tube. So say that I went almost all the way around. At the very end, when there's a little piece of space left, I'm going to do that long one. Fold it in half, do it exactly the same way. Pull those 2 through, snug it up, and then it will be full, and there'll be one that's really long sticking out. I'm going to show you one that I've already gotten that far on, just to save us time. But you want to do your whole way around. And then I have one that's long. See that? So we've got the long one sticking out. That later on will be our hanger. To make the hat, all we're going to do is take a piece of our other yarn, a short little piece, maybe 4 or 5 inches long, I'm not sure. Pull our hat together, make sure it's all straight. It's almost like combing these, making sure that these all line up and go straight out. And before I tie this off, I'm going to take this one, kind of push it towards the middle of it, and make sure that these are on the outside. But this hanger one is almost in the middle. There we go. Slide this under, near the hat. And there's a lot left over on the top there, that's okay. Probably within a 1/2 inch. I don't know if you can see sideways. How's that? It's the hat and the rim and just a little ways up. The width of my finger maybe. I've got that underneath. Now I'm going to pull it together and tie it. I'm going to tie it tight. There we go. All right. And then, while that's being tied tight, I'm going to hold it with one finger and tie it one more time. If you can't do this yourself, just have somebody else place their finger there for you, because we want that to stay tight. There we go. And then we can snip this off. And this part that's really long is going to be our pom-pom. We don't want to snip these hangers though, so I'm going to hold the hangers and go around. Now a pom-pom, I'll show you the two of these. This one's really tight to the knot, and it kind of looks more like a little round ball. This one's a little bit longer, maybe like a fluffy kind of Christmas hat, stocking cap. So I'm going to try and do this one kind of close to it, but not cutting those long ones. So I'll take some of these short ones and cut them off. There we go. Move those out of the way. Cut these ones off. Move those two long ones out of the way. Well, this one can be snipped. Okay, keep moving this long strings out of my way so I don't cut them by mistake. And we're getting there. And then these ones. So let's see what happens when I do that. That's pretty cute, though I think I need to trim the sides closer to it so that it looks more like a round pom-pom. Move my long ones out of my way again. Always be aware what those long strings are, because you don't want to cut them by mistake. You can always thread needles, get a needle and thread yarn through and make a hanger after the fact, but it's just nice that it's already in there in the same color. All right, so there we go. Get these little fuzzy pieces out of my way. So my hat is done, okay? So now for the little gnome beard. I don't know if you can see, this one looks kind of round, almost reminds you of Santa. It's a nice round beard. That would be like a round pom-pom. And this one's more like long, natural kind of shaped beard. Here's a couple of them right here. You can see the difference, that this one you can see is much fuller, has many more pieces of yarn in it than this one. So this one hangs more like a mop, and this one you could trim up to be more round like a ball if you wanted to. So what you're going to do is take your white, and this time I'm going to try to get a nice full beard. So I'm going to take my piece of cardboard again, and I am going to go at least 40 times around if I can. If I have enough yarn, I'll do that, or until my white one runs out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 38, 39, 40. I'm getting down there. I'm going to still put a few extra in because I figure nice and full. Maybe 46, 47, some in there. Okay. And I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to pre-cut a little piece for tying my pom-pom. And then I'm going to slide this off. I don't want to cut this. I'm going to slide it off and tie it. So there we go. I'm going to put it right over that yarn so that the yarn is across the middle. Pretty much that's the middle. There we go. And now I'm going to tie it. I'm going to tie it tight again. So pull it through once. I'm going to put my finger on it to hold it so I can tie the next loop. And tighten it up. There we go. And for good measure, I'm tying this one more time on my pom-pom. All right, so now this one, I'm going to cut my loops now that it's all tied off. There we go. And I'm going to try to form it into more of a pom-pom shape. There we go. A couple more. All right. Oops, there's another loop. There we go. So I'm just going to hold a couple of the strings, shake it. Oh, it's kind of thick. It's nice and thick. I'm going to make it as round as I can. And see how we do with that length. Now you know the top of this will not be showing because it will be up underneath the hat. So I'm going to trim the very edges. And I'm eventually just going to glue this in. And if I need to trim it more afterwards, I can. There we go. That's pretty good. Let's see. All right, let me get this out of my way. And to put this pom-pom underneath, I just fold it over. I hold it down. Oh yeah, now I can see some long pieces coming out. Let me see. There we go. Now, I'm going to take my glue. If you don't have tacky glue at home, go ahead and tell us at the desk when you pick up your kit, and you can borrow a bottle from us. And then when you're done, we would ask if you could bring it back and drop it in the book drop so that we can use it for other kit projects. This isn't really using a lot of glue, so we would really, if you have a glue gun at home, it would work even quicker and better than this. This one we have to let it dry when we use tacky glue like this. So I'm kind of putting my pom-pom like that, and I'm going to put glue inside the edge of my hat. So now, because this is tacky glue, it's going to be wet for a little bit, but when it dries, it'll be great. So we're going to do that, hold our pom-pom, and stick it up into our hat. There we go. Nice and firm. And then, afterward there, I kind of pushed up into it. Now if I want to, I can trim this beard a little bit better. Go up on the sides a little bit better. There we go, we're getting there. It's looking a little rounder. These purple ones, get them out of my way again. There we go. All right, and then shake it. There we go. Pretty good. You can trim as much as you feel to try to get that shape, or you know, wind the whole white up and just save a little piece for tying off. There we go. That's more to what I was hoping for my shape. And now we're gonna have a nose. So whichever color nose you get in your packaging, whoops, we're just gonna put a little dab of glue on the nose and stick it kind of right in front of the hat, almost underneath it. And there. Now because that's where I put his nose, I'm going to lay him this way flat on my table so he dries that way. So there you have it. There's our yarn gnomes. You can see, I think this one even had more than the 46 or 7 things of white yarn. And I think if you knew you were going to do a short beard, you could go ahead and instead of holding a piece of cardboard or something this way, turn it this way and do it a little shorter. And you can get more pieces of yarn turns around your cardboard that way, and it would be a nice round full beard. So there's our examples of a yarn gnome. They're pretty cute. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you have fun doing it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.